Hello, and welcome to Esther's Gardening Adventures. I'm Esther, and we're forecast to have a near freeze tonight. I'm in Zone 7A in Maryland, and we're not going to get it as bad as some places. But I need to go outside and take care of some of my frost-sensitive plants, as well as cover my winter sowing containers. If you haven't heard winter sowing before, basically it's a way of growing seedlings outdoors over the winter and early spring instead of indoors under grow lights for your garden. So this is one of the few times of the year where a little bit of work is required to maintain those winter sown jugs. All right, let's get outside. So I have a new phone, and that means my old phone didn't require an adapter for the microphone. It had its own port. So now we're gonna see how the sound is without my lapel mic. So I apologize if it's not perfect, but I wanted to show you what I'm doing tonight. I've watered my sunflowers. It's starting to get cold. It's like in the 50s outside right now. It's gonna get down to 34 tonight potentially. And so I'm going to use buckets to cover them. The buckets are just tall enough. So I can put two, and I'm pushing it down. I'll put something on top of them. Maybe something heavy or something. Now I'm not covering my cold hardy stuff, which is my lettuces, pansies, the radishes and the beets, as well as my purple Brussels sprout, the cabbages, the dill, the cilantro, and the garlic. The garlic lasted all winter, so it'll be just fine. But I'm not covering them because it's only supposed to get down to 34, and they are supposed to be frost hardy. All right, let's put it over these guys. Go. And this one, when I bought it from the store, I didn't realize it had this notch. So I'm actually going to push this down a little bit to make sure the soil, in fact, I think I'll stuff some soil down on this edge over here to help make sure the wind does not blow in there and create a problem. Alright, so I need to do the same thing for the sunflowers back here. I brought 3 buckets. I think we'll be okay. Fingers crossed. I've already covered the jugs. As you can see, I've used the log that I used before. I used a half a bag of black cow compost, a couple bricks from the garden over there, one of the metal poles that had been part of our chain link fence, which is actually quite heavy. I'd say it's probably like 5 pounds or more so. A wool blanket that I've been meaning to shake out and bring inside, but it'll do good. It's not supposed to rain tonight, so it'll be fine. It'll help keep out. And then I'm anchoring down these edges with containers of frost hardy plants. I've had a crazy morning, so I'm just now getting to going out to check on my plants. It's 10 a.m. It says it's in the 40s outside now, and I checked the forecast when I woke up about 6:30 this morning, and not the forecast, but the temperature, and it said it was about 35 degrees. Based on my experience from last year, I found that the temperatures for the morning are the coldest right before the sun comes up, and therefore it's highly likely that we did not have completely freezing temperatures last night in my area. Given that it was 35, I would guess it probably got down to 34 maybe. That said, the place where they take the temperature is in the city, and I'm outside the city, so it's possible it got close to freezing or maybe even hit it. But what matters is how the plants are doing, so let's go check on them. On first glance, looks like all of our cool weather veggies did fine. I was a little nervous about our little alyssum flowers, but they seem to be doing really well. They seem healthy and blooming and sitting upright since being transplanted last week, so that's all very good. And we're about to find out where the sunflowers are at. I took these bricks from this pathway All right, number 1. Or 2, actually. Ah, they look great. Oh, you can see there must have been some humidity and temperature difference because the walls of the bucket that was over them has a lot of condensation. So that's a really good sign, I think. I doubled this up because the holes on top of this doesn't have a second layer, and I put some soil on top to block the holes. See how these are doing. Oh, they're doing great. It looks like it pushed it over a little bit, but the sunflower will recoup. Wonderful. Let's see how the back is doing. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that makes me happy. Likewise, that one's doing great. And let's see how our baby is doing. This wasn't as good of a protection because these holes let the air through. But the baby's doing good too. Looks like the tomatoes survived, or at least, let's see, which jug is this? Oh, this is the porco tomatoes my mom saved seeds from her garden last year for. Yeah. They're looking really beautiful. See that, Mom? You're gonna have plenty of porco tomatoes. I might even grow some. Looks like the calendula, I think that's calendula. Yeah, the calendula did good. Of course, that's a relatively cool weather plant. That looks like another tomato that did real well. Let's see, what is this one? Oh, brandywine and hillbilly flame. Good. Those are the main ones I was worried about. Now, I haven't checked every jug yet, but the fact that the tomatoes did okay makes me think everything's fine. Now, we do have a cold again tonight. It's forecast at 35, so 1 degree warmer than it was forecast last night. I'm definitely going to cover everything up the same way I did tonight. And then, if you look over there, we'll see the garden looks fine. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you aren't already a subscriber, please consider doing so. And otherwise, I'll see you next time.